It's a good way of expressing yourself. It's sort of a theatrical production, you know, with the sounds and all that. It's very creative. It all started when I watched Star Wars: A New Hope on VHS when I was a kid.
It's a spectacle, light years ahead of its time. It's an epic of heroes.
Especially like the lightsaber battles between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. Although when you look at it now, it's like a bit slower than the prequels, but when Luke Skywalker take on his father, Darth Vader, in the climactic battle, and coupled with John Williams' music, and it's like a really emotional battle. The story itself, it's your classic good versus evil. Everybody has their own demons and they want the good to win. That's why I think that Star Wars has a huge following. People who watch Star Wars in 1977, they grow up and they have kids, and then they're like, hey, this Star Wars is cool, I'm sure you like it. So it's like a passing on of the torch from parents to children and grandchildren maybe. Even Lucasfilm recognizes that and makes cartoons for kids like the Star Wars Rebels, which I watch. It's not just for kids, it's for the whole family. My father passed away when I was 3. My mother works overseas. I feel like there's some similarities with me and Luke Skywalker. He's also raised by his uncle and aunt, and I'm also raised by my uncle and aunt. My uncle and aunt are very strict with me. When I was 16, I ran away from my uncle and aunt's house. In 1999, I'm like secondary 1. I feel like there has to be a purpose in life rather than like sitting through tests after tests and exams after exams. Sometimes I feel like a connection to Luke Skywalker because Luke Skywalker is a farm boy who feels that he can do so much more. And in the end, yeah, it's true. He does become someone better. He did so much more than just dusting crops and collect moisture. I feel like I can do something more in my life. Maybe like Luke, there's a lot of things that's in store for me in the future. I think parents are important. Families bond, parents bond, parents' love is different from like friends and relatives, and you can feel the difference. I think it's at the back of my mind, but I just don't realize it, you know, like resentment and anger, just like how Luke Skywalker had resentment and anger towards his father and towards Emperor Palpatine. I realized that, you know, getting angry at everybody and the world doesn't help at all. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. It's like, which is true in a way, because when the only people who suffer is like yourself. Over the years, I feel so much better. I feel less angry. It's the same as like Luke when he just gives up on his anger and not kill Darth Vader. At first, she doesn't understand it. It took a little bit of coaxing and convincing for her to watch Star Wars. I mean, the whole 6 movies at that point of time. I'm sure like he's gonna be either be teased or be hailed as a, hey, you name after Star Wars character. Because now Star Wars is like very mainstream. I'm sure like he'll be celebrated for it. They are no strangers, like friends you haven't met. I believe like almost every single fan group, it feels like a family.